it's your girl Keri, and today I am going to share the results and my menu of my $50 Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people challenge. I am also going to share a few tips and tricks and hacks to make your holiday planning go a lot smoother. After doing this experiment, I found that my family is truly blessed to be able to celebrate such wonderful Thanksgiving dinners. Now, our traditional Thanksgiving dinner would normally include several appetizers, several drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, several meat choices, 5 to 6 sides, breads, an assortment of desserts, and it would ring in at about $500. But no one person would bear the entire cost because we would do kind of like a potluck Thanksgiving. I found that in doing this experiment, the way that the Real Simple magazine kept their costs so low is that they did the following. One, they stuck to mostly single ingredient dishes and recipes. So for example, if they said sweet potatoes, they literally meant that, just plain sweet potatoes and maybe some salt. And number two, they also eliminated all high-priced ingredients. None of their dishes included any cheese, meats, nuts, or fruits. And so that meant there was no mac and cheese at this Thanksgiving dinner for them. The only meat they had was the turkey, and then there were no nuts, whether it be nuts for noshing on, watching the game, or nuts in any of the recipes, and the same thing for fruits. And that is not realistic for most people. And number three, they only focused on the meal at hand. Most of the time when we have Thanksgiving, people come over early, they start to kind of nosh all day. The guys eat little snacks while they watch the game, and then we'll have dinner, and then we'll have dessert into the night, and then we'll go back for a second helping of food. So that's kind of how things work for us. So with that being said, I'm going to share with you what I actually put together, what my family ate this past Sunday, and you guys will see what I've spent. So here is my Thanksgiving menu. My menu is on the left and the Real Simple magazine menu is on the right. And as you can see, my total came to $70.51. I was $20 over budget, but that's because I added in a few extras. I could have definitely came in at the $50 budget range or price range, but I wanted to make this a real meal that my family would enjoy and kind of replicate as best as I could a real Thanksgiving dinner that we would have at a fraction of the cost. Again, like I said, we typically spend around $500, so I think $70 compared to $500 was great. And I'll show you what we could have eliminated to stay within the $50 total. So if you look up here at appetizers, our appetizers came in at $13.44. The Real Simple magazine did not allow for any appetizers. What I could have done was removed one of the appetizers, like the cranberry chili glazed meatballs. That would have saved us $7 and cut our appetizers in half. So we had the cranberry chili glazed meatballs, the Fiesta Game Day dip, and the classic deviled eggs. Also down here for beverages, they had $1.90. I put in $1.99 for beverages because they had listed coffee, milk, and water. And a gallon of milk during this time was $1.99 a gallon at the Kroger stores. And we had beverages of poor man champagne, and I'm sure you're all familiar with what poor man champagne is. If not, that is ginger ale. And we also had a sparkling cranberry mocktail, and that was basically ginger ale mixed with cranberry juice. And we had water, coffee, and tea. So our beverages rang in at $4.49. And then down here at the main course, they had turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, peas and carrots, and dinner rolls. What we ended up having was turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes with cranberries and peaches, green beans with smoked turkey, macaroni and cheese, and dinner rolls. So I was able to sneak in that macaroni and cheese because we had to have it. That was a absolute must for my family. Now, what we could have done in this area to cut down some of the costs, we could have taken $7 away from our turkey because our turkey itself cost $8.01, and I was able to get that at 59 cents a pound, but it was a frozen turkey. It wasn't a, fresh turkey. It was a frozen turkey. So the turkey rang in at $8, but my husband loves to inject it with a marinade. So the marinade costs $6.99. So if we didn't do that, I could have shaved off another $7, which gets us to a $14 savings right now. And then down here, we also added smoked turkey to our green beans. If we didn't do that, that could have eliminated $2 from our overall total, and we could have just, simmered and seasoned our green beans in the chicken stock to give it flavor. And then finally, here in our sweet potatoes with the cranberries and peaches, we could have eliminated the peaches for $1, and that would have put us right in range of a $50 meal. We would not have went over the $50, but I thought it was worth going over $20 to have those things. And down here for our desserts, as you can see, our desserts rang in at $11.97, and their desserts rang in at $4.87. Again, you would like to offer more than one choice because everybody may not like sweet potato pie, or there may be a dish that someone's allergic to. So we offered apple pie, sweet potato pie, and a salted caramel ice cream. And over here is just basically sweet potato pie with Cool Whip. And I think I did a really good job with staying in line with what the budget entailed. And it also put into perspective that we could have a nice meal. We don't have to go all out and spend the $500 to enjoy our Thanksgiving meal. This was really, really good, really, really delicious, and everyone enjoyed themselves. Okay, I wanted to share a couple of hacks with you. So the first hack I want to share is a makeshift roaster pan. Now, a lot of times you all know that those roaster pans are really, really large and take up a lot of space. Or maybe it's your first Thanksgiving and you don't have a roaster pan. Well, no worries. What you can do is get your standard roasting pan, disposable roasting pan from the Dollar Tree or wherever. You can find these anywhere. But you don't want to put your turkey directly down into the bottom of the pan because then it will sit in its own juices. You want it to raise up. And like the roasted pans that have those little racks in there? Well, you want to create that. So you can take a regular baking pan and just lay it down inside here and actually lay your bird on top of that, and then the juices will actually fall down into the pan, and that way you have your own makeshift roasting pan. Now we use this holiday season because we have not roasted a turkey in years, almost 10 years. My husband likes to now deep fry turkey, but deep fried turkeys were not in the budget because the oil costs so much, and our big roasting pan is somewhere buried in our garage. But this worked out perfectly. So if you don't have a pan, don't fret. You don't need anything fancy, and cleanup's easy. You just have to wash this and you can dispose of that. The next tip I want to talk about is removing smells from your hands. So as you're doing your holiday cooking, you may have to cut up some onions, some garlic, and things like that, and that odor can linger in your hands. And a quick tip on this, my mom taught me this many, many years ago, is that you just take a stainless steel spoon, stainless steel knife, anything that's stainless steel, and you put your hands on it and hold it under running water for a couple of seconds, and the stain will magically disappear. Works like a charm every time. And you can use anything, a knife or a spoon. They do sell some of the stainless steel soap bars for this very reason, but I don't think you should go out and spend any money for that when you have the items at home. And my final tip is storing leftover Thanksgiving food. Now you have all of these large, pans and serving dishes that you put everything in, and that can tend to clog up your refrigerator or take up a lot of refrigerator space. And also if you transfer things to containers can also fill up a lot of refrigerator space, or you may not have a ton of containers to contain everything. What I like to do is to take all of the food out of the serving dish and put them into Ziploc bags, because Ziploc bags are very flexible and you can store a lot more in your refrigerator because you can push things back and things like that, and it doesn't take up much space at all. And another thing that I like about using the Ziploc bags is that, after a couple of days, we tend to not want to eat any more Thanksgiving Day food. We're tired of it, but we don't want that to go to waste. So you can just take those Ziploc bags and throw them right into your freezer. And when you're ready for a meal again, you can just pull those out and have a quick meal. So I love using Ziploc bags to store our leftover food. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it is possible to have a Thanksgiving meal for $50 or less. Everyone's budget is different. I enjoy putting this together for you. Please be sure to check out my previous videos that I uploaded this week, the Dollar Tree Trap video and haul, and my Target Dollar Spot Christmas haul. And also follow me on Instagram. I finally got on Instagram. And until the next video, I am going to keep calm and carry on. Bye, guys.